All right, so today I was gonna put up a skit, kind of just seeing, really how how I was reacting versus how a whole bunch of other people were reacting towards the loss to Tampa, and how I feel like I'm the only person in the whole world right now that's happy, even though we lost. But I got the script done, and then I got the script done last night, and then I just lost half of my day with school and class and whatnot, and then homework after that. So I'm like, I'll probably record the skit either tonight and then edit it tomorrow, or we'll just film it all in one day and then edit it all tomorrow. I'll decide later today. So I thought I would do basically the recap today instead of tomorrow, and then we'll switch the skit to Tuesday tomorrow. So I'm gonna have like 2 or 3 videos coming up tomorrow because we got NFL recap. I'm gonna start doing a whole NFL recap along with the Packers recap. But I gotta wait till tomorrow to do that because we have 2 games tonight, which is the Chiefs and the Bills. Actually, it's on right now at the time of recording this. Yeah, they just started about 18 minutes ago at the time of recording this. And then we have Dallas and Arizona. I think it's like 7:30 my time or whatever. So there's a little break in between, this game, the game on now, and the next game. But that'll be for tomorrow. I'll talk about that tomorrow. So today, go over the recap. So I was happy throughout the second half of the game. I didn't really do a lot of talking about the game during the stream, just strictly because I was gaining so many subscribers during the stream, and it was not going well. I mean, we weren't scoring points. We could barely get firsts. Our defense, you could say the defense is the bright spot because it could have been a lot worse. They could have scored 50 on us. I think they got a field goal the first drive after half, and then they had a 3-and-out the second drive. Tampa did. So our defense semi held itself together, but I mean, allowing 38 points is still that's not good when we could barely even score any at all. I mean, basically the second quarter through the fourth quarter it was just all Tampa. We showed up in the first quarter and then we just left. We left Tampa after the first quarter. It was crazy. And it looked like it was going to be all Packers game until that second quarter, or really until that pick six. And then Aaron Rodgers threw another interception 3 plays later. And then that's when it really changed the game. And then, they had short field position to put them up 14-10, and then we just could not get down the field. What I don't like is there was a couple drives where we would force the run, and we had, some up the middle that would work. Like Jamal Williams got, I think it was like 35 yards or something like that in one. A.J. Dillon, towards the end of the game, had like a 25-yard run. But, I mean, we gave up. Like the second quarter, we pretty much gave up in the second quarter. It was just, you could tell they did not care at all. We kept punting. I mean, they knew we were running. You could tell instantly they were running. Even I could tell they were running the ball, and they would just, flip it outside, and Tampa would just, swallow them up behind the line of scrimmage. And I never liked that. I always liked that we used to be pass first. Yes, it's a new head coach. Yes, it's supposed to be a whole new different direction. Yes, I did not like that Mike McCarthy was full on pass. But now that we have threats in the backfield, and we're getting healthy. We had wide receivers back. We had EQ back. We had Adams back. I feel like you got to split that. I feel like you got to do more. Either up the gut, because up the gut was working. And less outside runs outside the pockets, swinging around basically, or you throw it more. It kind of felt a little bit like Rodgers was trying to force feed Adams a little bit, and it didn't help. Where we weren't doing that good catching Mercedes Lewis had a wide open pass that he just could not catch, and if he would have caught that, that was probably a touchdown right there. That would have swung the momentum a little bit, but we just weren't catching. Bad play calls on offense. I don't like that we're really heavy run first. I get Aaron Jones is amazing. I get that, but you got to split the workload. You can't just have him doing all the work and Rodgers just sits back there and just I'm gonna be the GOAT. I'm gonna retire soon. You can't have that. You got to have Rodgers involved. You got to have Jones involved too. But we have we have Adams back again. We had EQ back. We had MVS was our speedy receiver. He was out there. I forget. I think like Malik Taylor and someone else are also splitting reps or something. I can't remember the other guy. But and then we also had Mercedes Lewis out there. Tanyan was quiet. So it was just, offensively, we just did not click at all. And it really showed. Now, defensively wasn't much better. We didn't have a single sack. We should have had like 2 interceptions, but we don't have hands, apparently. So it's just defensively wasn't much better. Tackling was decent, but they ran all over us. They passed all over us. Even though I'm pretty sure Mike Evans, I think it was held to under 75 yards or something. I didn't look at the actual stats. The stats tell a different story because you literally have to watch this game to see how badly the Packers actually played. The stats don't do this justice. So I did not look at Mike Evans' stats, but I'm pretty sure he was held to under 100 yards in total throughout the whole game. So, we locked up a number 1 receiver, but then we had, what was his name? Something Jones or Johnson? Jones or Johnson, I can't remember which, was running all over us. I believe he was number 14. So, Brady just kept throwing to him. Brady always said you have clean pocket a lot of the time. They just literally stomped all over us. They just did whatever they wanted to us. And you could easily tell because, our defense struggled, our offense struggled. I don't like Mike Pettin is still there. I really don't. I think he should have been gone after the NFC Championship game last year. The fact that we kept him around means that Matt LaFleur has trust in him. I think a lot of people are slowly losing trust in him. You saw this in games like the Saints game, where Kamara literally ran all over us. They passed to him. We didn't have anyone in the flats with him. That showed against a good team, and then it showed again against a playoff team, probably Super Bowl caliber team that we just don't fit. It showed. We do so good against bad pass rushes, bad teams that when we play a high caliber team, this defense just does not work. It doesn't. And I want something new. Now, granted, right now there's no one really available in the market for a defensive head coach. So I wouldn't be opposed, or I wouldn't be mad, I should say, if we hung on to him until either someone another team lets someone go, or we wait till the end of the year and then we move on from him at the end of this year. If we want to wait, I don't think that's a good idea for the playoffs. But we're 6 weeks into this, so I can't expect everyone to be at their best right now. And again, we just got people back. There was not a lot of Kenny Clark. I did not call his name once on the stream. And even, watching, it just didn't look like he was even on the field at all. So I don't know if they're limiting Kenny Clark. So he's a big help on that defense too. So I just think there's a lot we need to fix up. Matt LaFleur last night said in his press conference that they practice crappy, so then they end up playing crappy. Rodgers in his interview last night and today said that they offense wasn't clicking, just didn't look like they were clicking even when they were up 10. So there's there's a lot to fix. And if we let this slip by for 5-6 more weeks, then we're gonna be really struggling for even a lower seed playoff. Like the Bears are now leading the division at 5-1 because we had the bye week. If we were tied, if we were either both 5-1 or 4-1, we would be leading because we have 2 divisional wins, while they only have 1. But the fact that they're a whole game ahead of us, well, is it? Maybe it's technically, is it half a game? I don't know. It's either a full game or a half a game. I have to look at the stats for that. But they're ahead is the point. We can't let them get 3-4 games ahead. We have to keep pace. And we have to beat them too to secure that first seed, second seed, third seed, fourth seed, whatever happens. I think the bye week really shows that we want the second seed. We want to not have a bye because it looks like after every time we have a bye, we are 1-6 in the last 7 years? I think I saw a stat. So, we do not do good after the bye. Last year, we went on to win 6 straight after the San Francisco game. So, I hope for a repeat of that. But again, we can't fall behind the Bears. We can't be, falling behind where now it's like, oh, okay, well, we need week 17. We have to win. Minnesota has to lose. Something else has to happen in order to get that 7th seed. We don't want that. So, yes, there's a lot of time to clean up. Yes, I think this team can turn it around. But, again, against good teams, you have to be ready and you have to, make smart decisions. I don't like the game plan that both LaFleur or Pettin had against the Bucs. They literally just walked all over us, like I said before. So, I think this was a real learning moment for the coaches, for the players, and everyone. And I hope that we bounce back from this and we play the Texans next week. I think it's in Houston, I believe. So we're on the road again. I think they allow fans too. So that's, back-to-back weeks where, fans are going to start being in the stands. And, certain places are going to have fans in the stands. So, you got to get used to that atmosphere too. I hope we squash the Texans. They were, playing real tight against the Titans this past weekend, and it literally took them to OT, and then Derrick Henry just took it in. But they were behind, and if the Texans would have taken a field goal, they probably would have won that game because they would have been up 8. So, I'm going to talk about that game tomorrow again, but. I'm hoping, we go in to Houston and we just play mad, we play smart, and we just demolish them. I'm hoping for a 50-burger tomorrow. I think we have the Vikings in, is it 2 weeks? I think Vikings are our week 8. I'll have to look at the schedule again. But that's the divisional opponent coming up. We have Detroit again coming up. I think that's like week 10, and then we play the Bears week 13 and 15, I believe. So, we have a lot of, the division is going to probably come down to the Bears games at the end of the year. So, a lot riding on it. I'm not super nervous. I don't like how we played yesterday. But there's a lot of time to turn this around. So, for now, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. Like the video, share the video around, don't forget to subscribe, and we are out of here. Peace.